Hello, Singaporeans. Firstly, I wish everyone a happy Chinese New Year 2025. Happy Snake Year. Wishing you and your family health, wealth, and endless happiness. Some say Singapore's Chinese New Year celebrations are generally considered to be less lively now compared to the past. If this is true, why is it so? I would love to hear your views on this. I also want to ask, do you think this PAP government is capable? We must know past success doesn't guarantee future results. Past performance of Singapore is no guarantee of future results. Lessons from the past can be the guide for navigating the present and future, but leaders need to take them with a grain of salt. Because the problem is we are not in the same situation. So, how relevant is history to our present situation? First, recognize the limitations of history as a guide to action. It doesn't matter if you are looking back to the last week or last year or the last millennium. The world was a different place then. Understand that you could be looking at actions that work in another time but might not in your time. Does the PAP understand this? The people in power, the PAP, are taking Singapore in the wrong direction? What do you think? And on our reserves, I agree that we should also set aside something for the future. Because as the years pass, as the economy grows, if your reserve amount remains constant, it gets smaller relative to the economy, and you got to allow the reserves also to grow. But the question to this PAP government is, how much is enough to provide for the future? How much is enough? On how much is enough for our reserves, I remember Lee Hsien Loong said, how much is enough? To me, that is the wrong question to ask. He also said, we can have no idea what the future holds, what crisis we will run into, how much we will need. Yes, I agree, we got here because of the careful tending of our forefathers. Despite the difficulties and challenges which they face, they still put savings aside so that we can enjoy this resource today. I want to say, we also need to enable the present generation to benefit from the reserves, especially today. Life is so hard for most Singaporeans right now. Yes, I agree. There is no magic rule to this, but this PAP government must tell us more in details on this matter and how does the present generation benefit from the reserves right now. We must know this nest egg. It's the money of the people of Singapore. Yes, it is not the money only of this generation, of the people of Singapore. It belongs to this generation. It belongs to future generations too. And I know very well that we have a responsibility to both. Right now, look at how Singaporeans are struggling right now due to the rising costs of living, especially low-income employees and self-employed Singaporeans and our low-income seniors. So I'm very concerned about this group. I will say again, low-income employees and self-employed Singaporeans and low-income seniors. Okay, here is the most important matter, and I believe Singaporeans want to know and want to ask this PAP government. Besides giving CDC vouchers, climate vouchers, all sorts of vouchers, cash payouts, rebates, etc., what are the exact plans to tackle the rising cost of living? We have the world's highest paid politicians, the best out of the best. So can PM Lawrence Wong and his 4G team tell Singaporeans, tell us please, share with us your plans in details. How you will tackle rising costs of living. You can't be copying and following what others had did before, correct? So we'd love to hear your detailed plans on how to tackle rising costs of living. We all know PAP IBs and die-hard supporters will never ask PAP this question. What is your plan? What is your solutions? Instead, they will love to say opposition party only complain but no solutions, but they don't demand PAP to produce their plans and solutions. It is time Singaporeans to know this PAP 4G team is not really capable. And I can tell you, a multi-party government consisted of several opposition parties like the Workers' Party, Red Dot United, Singapore Democratic Party, and Progress Singapore Party. They can run Singapore better than this PAP 4G team as a multi-party government. Opposition parties like Workers' Party, Red Dot United, Singapore Democratic Party, and Progress Singapore Party have brilliant proposals and ideas to tackle cost of living crisis, and it's not just talking. You can go to their respective websites to read more on them. And trust me, our mainstream media will never share this info with Singaporeans. So please watch out for strong candidates from all these opposition parties in GE 2025. Give them your full support and vote for all of them. This is really very serious. It is 2025. We really need change for the good of Singapore, for Singaporeans. Again, I want to tell this PAP 4G team, if you have to keep talking about PAP's past achievements, then you aren't actually successful. Lastly, I would love to hear your thoughts on all I had said. I am Ben Phua from Red Dot United. Thank you.